So, what was it like giving birth in the motherland? On the continent.
It's
of
amazing.
Africa, where you were born.
It's amazing. I am crying. I did this for my mother, my grandmother. So I did that. I changed the narrative.
Africa, your children are home.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Familia Pablanu. I am Elena.
And I am the one and only Anu.
And I'm just Pablo.
And here is our newest member of the family. Anyways, we actually have a story time. First of all, if you're one of our subscribers, you're watching our videos, like, sharing, and subscribing, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if you're new to our channel, what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and click the like to share, and click the bell button so you get notifications when we post new videos, which will be coming very frequently these days. Yeah. Since if you don't know anything about us, we are a family of 7. So we're an immigrant family. We're living our best life here in the Pearl of Africa. So let's start from the labor. I mean, the pregnancy was the word is unremarkable, which means there wasn't any medical condition going on. Everything was smooth. I didn't have any morning sickness. I've learned so far. I've had 4 children before this, so I know. Well, because we switched the food we're eating to plant-based foods, I know what affects me when I eat the oil, the salt, the sugar, the processed substances. I see the result in my body, so I didn't eat them. I didn't eat those things, and I saw that I was sickness-free the entire pregnancy. So
SOS-free meant sickness-free.
Yep.
Sugar, oil, and salt.
Salt, yeah. Yeah, the pregnancy went well, and I was with my previous one, I gained 20 pounds. I was anticipating that, so I gained the weight slowly. I suppose in the first trimester I gained like 2 pounds. Second trimester about 5 pounds, and then the third trimester maybe 10 pounds came on. So the entire weight was about 17 pounds, and I was waiting. I thought it would be 20, at least 20, but I was surprised. We were both surprised.
Right. I mean, I was thinking, well, maybe it's probably a girl, and maybe she's a bit smaller. The girls had been smaller, but then again, our children were like, each child was heavier, like denser. Especially as we were improving our nutrition and everything, they became a lot denser. So heavier, I guess.
But what we mean by dense is that they are lean and toned.
Right, they're lean and toned.
They don't have rolls, the fatty rolls. They don't have that. But then you would not guess that they weigh 9 pounds, for example. They're like, wow.
They weren't malnourished at all.
All right.
Right, and malnourishment, just so you know, especially if you come from a westernized country, malnourishment can mean either you're like not getting, both of them is you're not getting what you need.
Right.
But how your body looks can be anyhow. Like you could look fine. You could look
very thin,
super skinny, right? You could look super overweight, or anywhere in between, right? Malnourishment doesn't have to do with how you look, because you can be very overweight, have rolls and rolls of fat on you, or even a baby, rolls and rolls of fat, and that could be primarily what they're getting is fat. And
I did my own prenatal. Go check those videos out. The prenatal, the children were involved. They were there to see how it was done. They hear the heartbeat of the baby and all that good stuff. And we did ultrasound. Yeah, they told us the boy, and then they told us the girl. They told us, we're like, okay, maybe we're having twins. So that was that. And then it was getting close to baby to be born. And I had just a little bit of fear that I wouldn't go into labor and I will have a prodromal labor for 3 weeks like I usually do before baby comes on due date. And I'm like, I don't want to go through that. I don't want to. Last time I did midwives BREW, with baby Raphael, our avocado baby.
You're not counting the fact that by switching, you had already lost a lot of the excess weight.
We did, yes.
That you had since the first pregnancy had kind of added on.
A lot of, I usually have 10 pounds extra that wouldn't go away no matter how much I exercise and eat healthy, you know, it wouldn't go away. It will come back.
And that might not seem like much to a lot of people, like 10 pounds, that's nothing, but...
But I'll tell you what 10 pounds difference, difference the 10 pounds addition has.
Once it's gone, yeah.
Yeah, because when it was there, when I got, when I'm pregnant, first trimester already, you have the additional 10 pounds. I usually would gain maybe 5 pounds. So that's already 15 pounds. In first trimester, and then get 10, maybe 10 more pounds in second trimester, another 10 pounds. Anyways, it will add up to 40 pounds, and because I have the extra 10 pounds, even first trimester is painful. It's very uncomfortable, and just I have aches and pains and places I don't even know. It was awful. But then the changes, I see that okay, you slowly gain the weight. You don't have anything excess weight to begin with. You slowly, it's just amazing. I could run, I could move, I could do whatever. I don't have pains, I don't have inflammation like I did.
You did a lot, you did a lot. Yeah. You're able to do so much more.
It's amazing. So now moving forward to when it was third trimester, by this point I've gained 50, no. By the end of third trimester, I gained 17 pounds.
We were pretty amazed by it, but I was just thinking, oh, okay, I mean, maybe it's about the same as with Raphael, but maybe it's a girl, maybe she's gonna be smaller because our girls had been smaller.
Right.
Or lighter, not necessarily smaller, but lighter.
So I was thinking, okay, I mean, I was thinking 7 pounds at least, or at most. That's what I actually thought with the last one too. It just doesn't look right. Because my belly was so, you can see videos of my belly. It didn't grow huge. There's no excess water, excess fat on me. So it doesn't look like there's a 9-pounder inside of me, for example. So anyways, it was getting close to the due date. And I had prodromal labor starting at 37 weeks. And I've had that for previous pregnancy, and I know how difficult and uncomfortable it is. But you're waiting for the baby to come. No baby yet, for 3 weeks straight. I wasn't gonna want to do that. I was tired. So I said, Pablo, okay, I want the midwife's brew. Could you please put it together? And he put the concoction together. You can see a video in our labor. Intense labor. Look at the video and you can see it in there. So I put the concoction together, but
Gina butter, it had been sitting for a while. We've been eating out of it for a while, and it's natural, so the oils had come out, and we were intentionally taking the oil out.
Yeah.
So little did we know that you need that oil to bind to the castor oil. Otherwise, it's just basically like taking some sort of enema, whatever. So lots of diarrhea, sorry.
Yeah, it happened, the diarrhea happened, but I think it did help because I did feel a lot of pain in my intestine as well as contraction to my uterus. It did give a lot of intense contraction. I thought, this is it. This is going to be it today. But then at night, the contraction came back again, and I know what that is. I know that type of contraction, and it didn't stop all night long. I tried to, because you're sleeping right next to me. I didn't want to wake you, so I let you sleep.
Sure.
Daytime, and it was day, and the kids had to go to school. So I told, was it those?
Yeah, and Elena wasn't feeling too well, so she stayed home.
Wasn't. So
I took Bella.
And I was also in denial this entire time. Why was I in denial? Because I'm like, it's not possible for me to give birth during the day. It's just doesn't happen.
Especially with the kids around.
Yeah, it has to be nighttime. I'm like, oh gosh. Oh, Elena, job at and then there's
which is why normally we time like the midwife's brew so that you would give birth in the evening.
In the evening.
At night, but the person that was helping us happened to not be able to help us anymore starting
The day before?
The night before, yeah. She told us the night before, and we're like, well, crud. And then you give birth the next day, so. So yeah, so we were all alone. But I mean, it was just like back in Indiana.
Yeah, you know? We didn't have anyone to help us.
We didn't have anyone, but I was really hoping not to have to go through this again.
Labor started, and you already set up I said, okay, it's time for you to...
Active labor started,
Active
right?
labor, mm-hmm. Yeah. It was around, in the morning. It already started in the morning when I woke up. That was, and then, let's say it started at 9 a.m. in the morning. And the active labor kicked in, and I said, please help me put the carpet, and put the carpet and then the shower curtain, because I know this baby's coming soon. Because it was getting more intense and intense. So, what else? But there was a lot going on in my head. There was a lot of crap. There are children here. Okay, I just open it. I don't want them to see this. I don't want them to see it. Oh, you can hold on until evening. But no, it wasn't happening. I'm like, okay. I was looking at time because there was a big clock right over there, big one. So I was thinking, okay, it's 9 o'clock. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. And the contraction got stronger and stronger. And I think I ate breakfast. Yes, I ate oatmeal. I was craving oatmeal. You give me some oatmeal. And the day before, I had cravings for a lot of greens, like dark greens. So you made some ewedu and eba and
which is good,
beans.
You need a lot of vitamin K right before birth.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so that you don't bleed.
Clot really fast.
Yeah, clot really fast.
And you did.
Right, clot really super fast.
You did.
So and then it was transition hit, and I'm like, okay, it's bearable. It's not too bad. And then the contraction they were very, I don't know how to say it. Smooth. Yeah, they were very smooth, not too jaggedy. Remember, I've been to a hospital where contraction was like on and off, like a roller coaster. But this was pretty smooth. You know, it's coming, and it goes away. So it was good. And then it was time for me to use my counter pressure. So I'm like, get me hot water, please, hot water. So you got hot water in a towel, and because I've learned from the third pregnancy that counter pressure, when done right, you can avoid ring of fire, you can avoid the pains, you can avoid, and you can control the breathing, you can control the baby's head coming out, you can slow it down. You know how to slow it down with a counter pressure. So I'm like, this is my best friend. So it was time. I felt the bag of water bulging. So I was like, okay, it's good to break very, very soon. Put the counter pressure. I mean, I didn't use it yet. I was waiting for the bag of water to break first before, and then I know the baby will be probably coming very fast, and I need to slow it down to use the counter pressure. So it was time, and then the bag of water broke. You can see the video. Again, there's already a raw footage. You can go and see it. So it broke, and I grabbed the cloth for counter pressure, and then the head was coming, and it seemed like, at first, it was very slow and steady, but then it was starting to seem fast. Starting like, okay, if it comes too fast, there'll be a ring of fire. Grab the counter pressure, put it, and just hold it there. Use it to control the move, and I didn't push. I just sort of, okay, no, don't push. I held it. I used the counter pressure until there's a big enough contraction. Then I push with the contraction, but I make sure the head is already almost, it's out, because the head would do. So it's a 2-step out, 1 step in. It would do this, pause it, yeah.
To gently ease the opening wider, yeah.
So it did that, and I'm like, okay. Use the counter pressure, use that cloth, just hold it there. Wait for the contraction, and a big one. I'm like, actually the next one I just held it there, and the head was actually crowning. I didn't push yet. I'm like, because if I force it, there will be ring of fire and there will be ripping. So I just held it. I just tried not to push. I let it go. And then it stayed there. The head just stood there. I rest for a little while, and then the contraction, another one came, and I was like, okay, this is it. It's not stopping this time. I know the baby's head needs to come out this time. I then, at this point, I knew this is it. The contraction came. You can, I was like, okay, this is it. I'm like, okay, I braced myself for it. I was still using the counter pressure. That was my best friend. I didn't leave it. I used it. And then I was like, okay, push. I pushed. Ooh, the head came out. I'm like, oh, the head is out. And you're like, that's out. Oh, that's good. I'm like, yes, that's good. And because it's bone, it's not comfortable just it being there and squishing. And well, it wasn't even squishy. It was just there. It was uncomfortable. Bone against bone grinding like that. But as soon as the head came out, I'm like, okay, I'll breathe a little bit. Okay, the shoulder and then the whole body. I know they come out at one push, it's a blob, like come out. So I just have to wait for that. I have to wait. So I did that.
And that's when I was able to like get close with the camera and like wait. Okay.
So
I wanted to see it.
So the head was there, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing anything. The last time with Raphael, I was rubbing the head a little too much, like. Oh, yes, yeah. Well, this is good. And then I started breathing. I'm like, oh, and then I squeezed, and that boy, oh, poor.
Squeeze meaning like contraction.
No. I did Kegel on the boy's shoulder and
poor guy
and lungs, and he was. I took hair out of his lungs basically. I'm like, okay, that's not good. And then he came out and he cried. I think it was painful for him. I don't know. He cried lot, like a painful cry. That was not even no. He did cry. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I learned not to do that. So I just let it hang there, and then. A few seconds, it felt like a lifetime though, but it turned sideways. I felt it. Ooh.
It was pretty quick, yeah.
It turned this way, and then another contraction started. I'm like, okay, this is it. The body comes. I'm like, brace for it. Oh, I have the cloth for the counter pressure. I put it there, so I have the counter pressure cloth, and the head turned, and. Okay, another contraction happened, and I remember, okay, here you go. Okay, I pushed it down when it started wanting to be ring of fire, and before I know it, the whole body came out. I was like, yes, the baby's out. That's good. I'm happy about that.
And did you let her gently like hit the ground?
Yeah, there's a carpet. It's a very thick carpet, and there's
with layers of stuff on top.
Of the absorb pads and stuff. It's really squishy. So I didn't catch her because I know it's gonna be slippery. I don't want to catch her some random. Yeah, so I just let her fall slowly on the carpet, and then I lift her. Even trying to lift, so slippery. I'm like, I need a towel to quickly wipe a little bit so that I can then hold. And then there was a cord.
It would be dangerous if you try to catch. In other words.
Yeah, it would be dangerous. Yeah. You might yank an arm. Or the cord.
So you just let her.
The floor. And as soon as she gently. Hit the carpet, I think it stimulates the lungs. Yeah. She started breathing, and then she breathed. And then she cried a little bit. I'm like, yay! And then she had some cord. And there's a video where I tried to take the cord off.
Just like the baby calves or alpacas that fall from a great height, and then it gets their lungs going. You know, only she fell from like a few centimeters.
Yeah, so she was fine. So. Yeah, she started breathing, and I'm like, yes, he's out. That was no, not stage 2. Yeah, that was stage 2. And that was up to go next to stage 3, which is the birth in the placenta. So we had to do maneuver. This one was not put on YouTube because there was a lot of blood involved, so we didn't want to shock the audience too much, so we took that part out. So we basically had to do some maneuvering and get the baby to Pablo. The cord is still attached to placenta, which is still inside of me. So I gave you the baby, and I'm like, okay, we're both kneeling, facing each other, so that I can just kneel, and then because I felt the detachment pain, I suppose, contraction, strong one. It was just stinging and hurting, like, okay, this thing needs to come out. And there's a little gush of blood, and it shows that, okay, it's detached, it's time to come off. And then I give the baby to you, I kneel, and I bear down and put some traction on the cord, and then came out in a blob.
That's when you know it's detached for sure. Because I was like, don't pull. Because if you pull before it's detaching by itself, then it can cause some extra hemorrhaging.
So it came out, and I was like, okay, yes, that's good.
Because you knew.
Yeah. It came out, and then then I sat down, took the baby. I think you saw that towards the end there in that video, I was sitting and holding maybe the placenta was already out at that point. But we didn't cut the cord yet. We left the cord on for a while.
So like when it comes to the cord, there's a lot of blood in it, and that blood is mainly for the baby. And so you want all of that blood to make its way to the baby. Otherwise, the baby can have issues, anemia, different issues, lacking the blood that they need. Unfortunately, in hospitals in the U.S., they tend to immediately cut it to save that blood, and either to make you pay for that, or they sell it to other people to use it for research and stuff like that. So they make money off of that in any way whatsoever.
Awful.
So no, it's meant for the baby. Give it to the baby. That cord should not be thick. It should be so limp and thin and
white.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any blood left in it, basically.
It was, I would say, unremarkable as well. Because, after 4 baby births and stuff, I suppose I've learned all these things. And I know with each one I had questions. And with the questions, I went into researching, okay, how do I make this better next time? How do I make it onto this one? So I learned everything I need to know, and I put it into practice. And this comes to the segment of giving tips about if you're trying to do it doesn't matter if you're going to the hospital, staying at home, or whatever it is, unassisted or assisted, however it is. Tips for pain management. I would say when it came to the transition, I remember at some point you have to divert the pain that you're feeling down here in the uterus, distract from the pain. Sometimes I will bite my thumb. I will squeeze a cloth and let my hand feel that cloth, grab a cloth, grab something. It's distracting.
Rub the sofa.
Sofa. It's intentionally distracting my brain from feeling this pain here. And then the contraction will die down and that's fine. And also humming the entire time when the contraction comes on. You can hear me in some of the videos.
Relaxes the muscles down there.
Yeah, it just relaxes, and it helps. It has helped me. I've done it from the day one, from baby number 1. Anyways, it's a lifesaver. I love it. Elena is my baby number 1 over here. So that's pain management. It's breathing technique, and also distracting yourself from the pain of the contraction when it comes on, and that's for the labor. And when it comes to birth, a tip for that is how to pain management for that. When it comes to pushing and you feel like you're scared about the ring of fire, the pain or ripping, or you don't want to tear or anything, counter pressure is your best friend. Hey, it's going to be your best friend. You would thank me. Yes, I'm expecting that in the comment section to tell me that it worked. Counter pressure. Just get a warm, how do you call it? It's still good. Yeah, just get a warm cloth, and put it right there. Go watch my video on how to avoid ring of fire pains. I have a video on that. Counter pressure is key. Counter pressure. Lifesaver. I cannot say it anymore enough.
What do you say to the comment that said, oh, well, after your 4th or whatever, yeah, of course of course you're not going to have ring of fire.
Oh, no. You will still have ring of fire. You would still have ring of fire. It doesn't matter if it's your number 1 or your number 10. I still have the same kind of the pain. I felt it coming on when I had my first, second, third, and whatever. My second was one at the hospital, and I was feeling the pain of fire, but there was nothing the doctor did for me. She did this to the vaginal opening.
Basically stretching and ripping even more.
And this is not helping.
That's making a ring of fire.
This is not helping. It was hurting. And then what they were saying, push. Don't let any doctor tell you to push. Don't let them coach you to push. Anyone, no. Let your body, don't let them tell you it's time to push. You will tell them when it's time to push. Your body will tell you when it's time to push.
When you are pushing.
When you are, you will feel the sensation like you feel like you need to poop. That's probably not it. You feel the pulsing in and out on the head until it stays there and it's not moving, and it feels like it's widening, the vaginal opening is widening. You use counter pressure at that time, and after that it's time for you to push. But don't let anyone tell you. You're the one who will tell. Your body will know when it's time to push. So if they coach you, that would result in forcing yourself when it's not even time, and you're ripping. You're gonna have tears that way.
If they coach you.
If they coach, if they coach you. So you gotta have to go with your body. Don't let anyone coach you.
I thought you said cut. I was like,
coach.
Oh
gosh, no. Oh gosh, no.
Why?
They shouldn't be doing that.
Doctors are just, they're on a time schedule.
For postpartum, we nurse, the baby nurses very well. Tips, just so you know, baby, when they come out, their mouth will be very, very small. They've never opened it wide to latch on a nipple like that before. So it would take them a few days after they've cried for a few,
the crying helps stretch.
You will see their mouth at the side of will start to get bigger. It will stretch, and they will be able to latch better. So you just have to be patient with yourself, patient with the baby, and everything I'm talking about comes down to the type of way of you nourishing your body. When it came to my milk, this one and the last one were the best yet, because I didn't have colostrum that wouldn't come out, that the baby cannot even suck out. The colostrum was very soft, and it came out. It wasn't clogging my duct. It wasn't thick and gooey and all that, because I didn't eat animal product that had cholesterol that make it thick and won't come out. I know the difference because we used to eat animal product.
A lot of dairy.
Oh, I had
Julio, you ate a lot of steak.
Oh yes, and milk. They said drink milk. I drank a lot of milk too. I had mastitis. The boobs were 3 times big. It's like a big old dairy cow. And then for the milk and colostrum come out, it wouldn't come out, and it was.
It's like trying to squeeze butter out or straight like fat.
Oh, it was awful. Anyways, now seeing the difference, the colostrum is supposed to be like watery, bright yellow or golden, but still watery enough to come out, not really thick, and you can even see oil coming out from it. That's not supposed to be that. But once we switched the food we eating to plant-based food, SOS-FREE and all that, the baby was able to, the colostrum came out, everything came out, it was perfect, and the milk changed in like 2-3 days. It became milk.
And she was satisfied, which is the good thing, because if you have that thick stuff, she can only get like a tiny bit. If she sucks, get a tiny bit, and is just malnourished, just hungry all the time. But no, she was very satisfied.
Didn't cluster
the most satisfied of all the kids, I think.
Yeah, she slept for like 4 or 5, how many hours straight? And woke up again and like, okay, it's time now. Okay, after like 5 hours or just after being born.
Yeah, we actually had to wake her up. She's humming. She's humming.
Oh, there's sun right here. So anyways, it was, I suppose, I guess that's one of the tips, is just to be patient, give it time, and milk will come, and it will be. Oh, and also my another tip is, I've used breast pump before, and that actually damages the nipple. It
doesn't form it properly.
It doesn't form the nipple properly.
It's pulling it out. It's like forcing it out. Like putting suction on the whole area to just push it through these little holes.
And then when I have to give it to the baby to take, the baby's mouth is too small for that nipple because it was misshaped by the breast.
Suction. It's like sucking on something and making it welt. Basically.
Yes, welt. That's the word. And it was painful. And when the baby touched it, I was like, no, don't even touch. It was very painful. But I never. So now with her and our avocado baby, I didn't need it because the colostrum came out well, and then they changed the milk, and milk came out well, so there was no need for me to use that. So I didn't use it. If you can avoid it, please do. It's really just not
a necessary evil in some cases.
So right now everything is just taking it one day at a time, knowing that this stage is not going to last forever, and it was going to grow, and I'm just trying to just take every moment in, because maybe so small now, but it's only 1 week and baby's already growing. I'm like, no, please. I know it's stressful now, but please don't grow yet. Don't grow yet.
Usually after the first week, I'm like, please don't have baby in the room anymore. But, and you know, also for sleep training, I think she's been doing really well.
She's doing well.
She's been sleeping really well.
She does not do any purple crying. There's no purple crying because, yeah, the food she's eating is not damaging or hurting her stomach in any way. I mean, she will cry if she has diaper. But that's the only reason. All right, that's all I've got. It was amazing. It was everything I expected. It was and more. So it was good. I love it. I'm thankful for the opportunity for this do-over. I suppose it's not a do-over for applying everything I've learned so far and applying to this. I'm thankful that I got a chance to do it. I'm also looking forward to helping others in this journey, in their pregnancy and birth journey. But
that way people, even if they're just planning on having one child, may that go very well for them.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. You can like, share, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, click the bell button so you can get notifications when we get new videos. It's coming up
They're coming out.
Yeah. Well, that's all we have. Until next time, catch us in the next vlog. We'll have another one very soon. Until next time, odabo. Bye.
Ciao.